When you think of the electronic and computer device in your home and where they come from, you probably think of Asian countries such as Japan, South Korea, and of course China, where so much manufacturing happens. But when it comes to computer components in particular, but also laptops, desktops, that kind of thing, there's one other country that's a really big exporter, and that's Taiwan. Taiwan is such a massive creator of electronic and computer devices that once a year they hold a massive trade show here called Computex. Computex doesn't just take place in one big hall, it takes place in 5 halls based all around the city of Taipei, where I'm standing now. Computex 2011 doesn't take place until the end of May next year, but here, 5 months earlier, they're holding a conference to show off some of the stuff that'll be at the show, and that's not stuff that you or I could walk into the show and buy, but stuff that big shops will be coming over here to buy at the show and then sell on to us. So it's an opportunity to get an insight into the kind of computer and technology products that might be on sale in the UK towards the middle to end of next year. So over here we wanted to get a quick insight into what's going to be the really big trends and big new sales next year. So we spoke to Mr. Stephen Su. Mr. Su works for the ITRI, which is a National Technology Research Institute. One of his big predictions for next year is tablet PC devices like the iPad, but those running Android in particular.
One key factor in this in this segment is that we see a surge in trend for tablet PC. In 2010, the amount is small, 12.3 million, but we believe that the future trend will be strong coming from that sector.
So that's a prediction of 48 million shipments of iPad-like tablet devices in 2011, with 25% of those running Android, a massive increase on the 2% from 2010. Other big predictions from the ITRI include 270 million Android smartphones, so they're obviously quite optimistic. We wanted to ask, though, about the teething problems that Android tablets have had in the UK in particular, but Mr. Su was quite optimistic on that front.
And I do believe that in the first stage of the product launch, the challenges and also the hurdles tend to get underestimated by the developers. But as we have seen some of the past history from Microsoft's development history, we do know that those problems do exist. So again, short-term wise that those occur, but long-term wise, I do have believe that in these type of competing platforms such as Android, or there could be new ones that are coming along.
So Mr. Su quite optimistic there, and as I said, predicting a huge market for Android tablets next year. We also wanted to speak to some of the manufacturers. Went to have a chat with Gigabyte Technology. Gigabyte's a huge producer of motherboards, so a big thing for them at the moment is Intel's new Sandy Bridge CPUs, which are coming out soon. New processors, so they have to bring out a whole range of new motherboards, and they've got dozens in the works. But there were a few other things in Computex. We particularly like the T1125 notebook PC. This is a notebook computer where you can not only spin the screen round and turn it into a tablet, it's got a capacitive touchscreen, so it works quite nicely as a tablet, but you can also stick it into a special docking station and that then turns it into a desktop, so they're calling it a 3-in-1. It's not really a new idea, but it is really quite nicely done, the stand in particular for the desk, so look out for that one. And finally, we wanted to show you this. This is the Gigabyte furniture PC. As you can see, looks quite a lot like a flat pack desk. And that's because it is a flat pack desk, it's just that it also has a computer built in. There's USB ports, a power button, an optical drive slot on the desk. The computer gubbins itself is in a kind of removable, interchangeable box in the back. This is just a concept at the moment. Gigabyte said they were working on about 45 different designs. They told me that they were partnering with furniture manufacturers to handle the wooden desky bits of the project, but they're hoping to show much more on this one at Computex next year. So hopefully we'll be back in about 5 months' time. Hopefully we'll actually take a seat in the Gigabyte desk and tell you if it's any good. But in any case, we'll bring you all the latest news from Computex Taipei 2011, which takes place, well, part of it takes place just behind me, around the corner from Taipei 101, that big tower.